Bonjour YouTube, welcome back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the Stygian Onslaught. The rotation just ended as I'm posting this video, probably like a day or two after the new patch. If you haven't checked my during video from day one, or I think that's probably going to be the first video I'm going to post after the patch is going to be during showcase and stuff like that. Maybe quick guide, even though I already did most of it in the early access video if you haven't watched that. But yeah, I want to talk about the last rotation of the Stygian Onslaught. So I think it was a cool rotation, and I managed to clear 103. I'm quite proud of myself. 103 Stygian Onslaught clear in fearless difficulty. A few dire, maybe a few dyers here and there in total. But I mostly do fearless on stream for viewers, for people that need help and are not able to clear fearless because dire doesn't really give you anything. But yeah, I managed to clear 103 fearless difficulty to get the rewards for viewers, and only 3 accounts I couldn't clear. Maybe there was like 1 or 2, maybe 3 accounts here and there that I could not clear, and I didn't count the loss because it was like if you have 5 characters level 80 and everyone else is like level 70, your supports are not built and stuff like that, like it's not fair to say, oh, let's try the Stygian and see if we can clear, and if we don't clear, I take the L. Like, it's literally just not even possible. So, but most of the accounts that I tried, even some of them were very low investment. Like, I don't know, they had like level 80 characters, they had like talents a little bit low, they didn't have signature weapons, they didn't have the perfect teams or stuff like that. I used Barbara with Nefer, I used DI Hyperbloom on the factory, I used I used some crazy stuff, and some of the accounts were really difficult. And in this video, I want to go over a little bit like the teams that I think were the best, worked the best in general at the end of this rotation, and also maybe showcase a little bit of stuff that I did. So, for example, for the Hera, honestly, the team I used the most was definitely Mavuika Melt. So a lot of the time I used Ayaka, so Bennett Ayaka, and then last slot, if we had Shilonen, great. If we didn't have Shilonen, sometimes I could just do double cryo, Ayaka Ganyu, for example. I did a few times Ayaka Ganyu. If I did not have cryo, if I didn't have Ayaka, Skirk was really good as well. Skirk with Scoured Blade was absolutely insane. Like, it clears the shield super fast. That was really cool. But if we don't have Scoured Blade, you could still do some normal and charge attacks, and it was still working fine. Maybe I'll put some showcase on the screen or something, clips from the stream at the same time as I'm yapping. I'm not sure. And then yeah, so Bennett plus a cryo plus Shilonen if possible. Yansan if no Shilonen. Silali if no Shilonen as well worked fine, honestly. And that was the team I used the most, 100%. Like, most people have Mavuika, a lot of people have Mavuika. Mavuika Mel was really good, and also I was able to learn the combos over time during the Stygian. It was really fun. I learned the first combo, so like the first combo that is mostly used for Overload. I learned this one quite early. I mean, I learned it before, I think, this Stygian, and I was using that one most of the time for even on the Perma Aura. But so like this one here, this one was the one I used the most early on, but over the last like week or two, I learned the new combo as well, like the new combo, and there's a million combos, where basically so let me just go here, let me break that shield if I can. So here you see you can do like two normal, 1 charge. And it breaks the shield quite fast. Like, it's not like super fast, but if you break the shield in like 30 seconds with an okay Mavuika, you can clear, honestly. Okay, I'm dead. So here, boom, and Skirk has enough damage to infuse the cryo, so that was really nice. And then yeah, I learned this new combo recently where you do this, and then oh, I fucked up like that. And you get so many melts. You can see every time I dash and do like the combo in between, like the interruption, I get like so many hits, and you get so much more damage with that combo. And yeah, the last week, basically, like the last few tries I did, I used that combo a lot, and it gave me so much damage, especially on Mavuikas that are not like super strong. My Mavuika is C0R1, and R1 makes a huge difference, but I cleared the Stygian with some Mavuikas that were using Fontaine craftable. Very few Mavuikas actually use the event weapon, the Melt Flower. I've seen very few Mavuikas with that weapon for some reason. I think maybe like most players that started with Natlan or something don't have that weapon, so it makes sense. But yeah, lots of people did not have this weapon, but I cleared a lot with Wolf's Gravestone. A few with like Mavuika's weapon. Sometimes it was Redhorn, sometimes it was Verdict. But most of the time it was either Wolf's Gravestone or sometimes they had like Serpent Spine, but it was mostly Wolf's Gravestone. I had a lot of Wolf's Gravestone Mavuika and then a few Tidal Shadow. And it was honestly not that bad, honestly, with F2P Mavuika, C0 Shilo and stuff like that, C0 Yansan or whatever. Like we managed to have enough damage. Of course, without the new combo, it was difficult, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. And then other team that I used the same with Arlecchino as well. Like Arlecchino Melt was really cool, so it was pretty nice as well here. Double cryo or with the cryo and Shironen, same team as Mavuika basically, if you can. And because the good thing about this Stygian is that the last boss, people found a lot of cool combos with Jean, with Mona. And yeah, I mean, with Jean and Mona, the factory was really easy to clear. You could clear it in like 15, 20 seconds. A bit more if you were messing up a little bit the combos, but overall it was really nice. And yeah, so it was freeing up the Arlecchino because the last boss was really shield for Arlecchino, but it was freeing up Arlecchino. So on accounts that didn't have Mavuika, for example, I was using Arlecchino Melt on the first boss, and it worked super good, honestly. Even better than Mavuika, honestly, in some situations. Like if you have a Arlecchino with Jade Spear or R1 and a decent build, it was more consistent to do Arlecchino Melt than Mavuika Melt, to be fair. So yeah, there's that. Arlecchino still got it. Everyone's saying Arlecchino's falling off. Don't listen to them, honestly. Like she's still really strong. But yeah, Mavuika Melts, Arlecchino Melts were the teams I used the most on the first one, 100%. If people did not have a lot of options, but they had Inifa, Farina, Shilonen was kind of nice. You could do Lunar Charge on the boss to prog the shield and still clear it pretty well. So that was kind of good. And then after that, like if you had like Nefer and stuff, I could use that. But most of the time I was keeping Nefer or Flints for the middle boss because the middle boss was really cringe with Mavuika team and Arlecchino team. It was really difficult. So I was doing that most of the time for the middle boss, Flints or Nefer. Were my most used on the middle for sure. But Skirk team really, really good as well against the middle boss. So either with Shenhe, with Yelan, I managed to clear without Farina. Sometimes on some accounts I was able to clear without Farina, so I was doing like, I don't remember what I was doing, like I don't even remember what Hydro I was using, but maybe Xingqiu Yelan or maybe Shenhe Escoffier or maybe just whatever. I don't really remember what was. I made a video on that where I cleared without Farina. So without Farina, it was still doable. Without Escoffier, it was a little bit difficult. I think I did a few clears without Escoffier, but it was really, really difficult. We needed like a strong Skirk. With her premium team, even with F2P investment, no 5-star weapon, it was doable. Without her premium team, it was like impossible, honestly. Without Farina or Skirk, without Farina or Escoffier. But yeah, Skirk was really freaking good, and otherwise Flints or Nefer were nice. Sometimes we were doing some Hyperbloom Llama with like Aino, Cookie, and then a second Hydro. Like, where's my Cookie? And then like a second Hydro, like Farina. Sometimes I was using Farina for a bit more extra off-field damage. But yeah, Hyperbloom Llama was really good as well if you didn't have Nefer or Flints. And then the last boss, I was doing most of the time. I was just doing that Jean combo, you know. Let me see if I can show you real quick if you haven't seen my recent videos on the topic. But that combo was fun, honestly. Like initially, I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna try 15 million times. I'm not gonna try 15 million times for one chance to get it, but it was pretty consistent in the end. Like I managed to get it pretty consistently. But yeah, usually after like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I was getting it, so it's not that bad, honestly. Spending 15 minutes just trying that tech rather than like if you don't have good characters. Oh, got it here, but I didn't get the sacrificial. Yeah, we got it here. See, that's basically it. So we see after a few tries, like sometimes it takes me a bit of time. Sometimes she's gonna glitch out of the pillar, but like here, I think she's gonna glitch out soon. No, oh no, we got it. Yeah, that's basically it. So you see, like sometimes after a few tries on fearless, she takes a little bit less damage. I guess it's still possible to do it in 15 seconds or whatever, but yeah. So I used that tech quite a few times, especially later in the rotation, because at the start of the rotation, like it wasn't that consistent. Like I didn't have it that consistently. People were doing a bit different as well. But yeah, but lots of people have Zhongli, so it was pretty nice. And then if I didn't have that, people have Arlecchino. Arlecchino, any Arlecchino team against the boss was clearing really easily. I could clear with whatever Arlecchino team that was kind of free. F2P Arlecchino, Overload, Vape, Meld, whatever. Everything was working. Mono Pyro. And then other than that, if I didn't have Arlecchino, I used a few Chaska, I used a few Varesa. I didn't really enjoy playing that against this boss because it moves a lot. Varesa was getting hit many times. A few Chaska, a few Varesa, a few Mavuika. And then last one was that I used quite a few times. Actually, it was going to be, it's like Llama Hyperbloom. Llama Hyperbloom with like, I think I was using double Hydro. I think most of the time it was Farina with Yelan. And then last slot was either Cookie, or if I didn't have Cookie, a few times I used DIA, or couldn't use Raiden because Raiden doesn't proc on the shield of the Fatui, but yeah. DIA Hyperbloom with Llama was pretty good. Regular Hyperbloom was not enough though, so it was kind of... Yeah, I had to use... if we needed Llama in this situation. If we didn't have Arlecchino, no Gene combo, no Varesa or Mavuika available for some reason, like... The last resort was Llama Hyperbloom. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So I showed like the best teams that I used, honestly. I didn't use that many other teams. In general, on most accounts, some of these combos of teams were available in whatever shape or form, like whether it was Mavuika first, Mavuika last, Arlecchino first, Arlecchino last, combo, no combo, Nefer Flynn's middle, or Hyperbloom Llama middle, or something like that, or Skirk. So like across all the accounts, I was almost always able to find the solution. A lot of the times it was on the dot clear, like 120 seconds. So many times actually. Like it was really crazy. There was 1 week where I was really sick. I got COVID or something. A week and a half, I was completely out. I couldn't stream, couldn't play. I did not do Stygian at all for a week, and I still managed to get 103 clears. So that was really cool. And yeah, I really enjoyed the Stygian, honestly. It was really not that bad. Some of the boss's moves were kind of cringe, like Sigurd moving, Fatui moving a lot and stuff like that. But once you manage their movements and stuff like that, it was really nice. The Fatui was actually a really cool boss to fight with Arlecchino, where because like all the moves you can dodge them, and like you can follow the movements and stuff. Like if you learn how to dodge the boss movements properly, it was really cool fight. It actually felt like a normal, like an actual fight where you had to dodge the moves properly and attack at the right moments and stuff. So that felt pretty nice. Same for the Hera. I think people don't like that boss too much, but I think it was a pretty nice boss. Like it gave us a lot of solutions. I even did some Navi vape sometimes. You needed like a very good Navi or C1 preferably. But Navi vape with Nahida and then like Shangling, for example, for Pyro infusion. And then I cleared a lot of them with this. I mean, a lot of accounts with this. Yeah, it was cool, honestly. I enjoyed the Stygian. Let me know what you think about when you thought about the Stygian. Did you manage to get fearless? If you need help for the next rotation, I'll definitely have a guide available as soon as the next Stygian drops, so next week approximately. And I'll try to give you as many teams as possible and as many tips as possible. Also, because like I made a guide for this Stygian as well, and I can see that I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, I made this infographic at the start of the Stygian rotation, as you can see, where I put my team recommendations. Of course, there's a lot of Mavuika. Mavuika was kind of the GOAT. I mean, if you didn't have anything specific for the shield boss, Mavuika was going to be able to clear. Same for Nefer, honestly. Arlecchino honestly was able to clear all three bosses pretty consistently as well. Like, except Sigurd, where it was a bit hard. You needed a very good Arlecchino. But I managed to clear with an Arlecchino, Gladiator, Jade Spear, Mono Pyro on Sigurd. So Maybe not Gladiator though. I think maybe she was on Fragment, but she was not even using her signature, and we were using a C0 Kazuha, C0 Shilonen with 4-star weapons, and I was able to clear with Arlecchino Pyro on the middle boss. So fearless once again, but it's still crazy. It's still like she still has it. She's still really good DPS. And yeah, so if I look at this, like Mavuika Mel team, Silali was just not it. Yaka, Skirk were better. I didn't have this tech before at this, like on day one. Overload Varisa, you needed R1 to make it work, otherwise it was kind of cooked. And then after that, I mean, Flynn's Nefer, yes. Flynn's Nefer here, yes. Skirk was great. Mavuika was pretty nice, honestly, with Mel. Like, if you had a decent Mavuika with Mel, it was just fine. It was a bit tricky, but it wasn't too complicated. Chlorand, actually, yeah, Chlorand is fine. Was fine here. It was not as good as Arlecchino, despite the Bond of Life shield. But if you had Mavuika in the team and not Shangling, it was pretty fine, honestly. Like I was able to clear with some Chlorand with Shangling, but with Mavuika it would have been easier. And then yeah, Overlord Varisa was fine against the Factory. Mavuika Meld was fine once you break the shield. Like she just one shots it. Arlecchino, Melt, or or Overload was fine as well. But there were a lot more team options. Even in my guide, like here I say Mwalani was a decent option. Mwalani was really good against the horse, to be fair, like definitely. Infused with Pyro and stuff like that. Overload against Sigurd was really not great, honestly. Like a few times, like with Mavuika, it was possible if you have a very good Mavuika and supports, but it was really kind of cringe to play Overload against this guy, especially when he summons the little dudes. And yeah, I mean that's basically it. But I managed to find more teams over time, more strategy, so it was really cool. And yeah, I try to find the best stuff on day one, but it's not always easy to find every single thing available on day one. So I like coming back a little bit on this to see what I missed or what I could have done better. I'll try to find more strategy for the next Stygian. I've already seen a few possibilities for the next Stygian bosses, so I'll try to have a better infographics. I make that every rotation, so if you wanna see that, make sure you follow me on Twitter, or you also check the YouTube videos. Again, keep the notification on. And yeah, that's basically it. I've been yapping for 20 minutes. Hopefully I put some gameplay showcase from time to time, so it's not too boring. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, it was just really just me yapping, thinking about what I did and the Stygian in general, giving my opinion. Hopefully the next Stygian should be fine, honestly. It shouldn't be that bad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought about the Stygian. Let me know what you think about the upcoming Stygian. And I'll see you on the next video. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.